Hello everyone, this is Satya Prakash. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is part 17 of Angular CLI. In this session, we'll describe how to linting TypeScript using TSLint in Angular old version. That is the earlier version of Angular 12. We can get one file while we create the project, Angular project. We'll get one file that is tslint.config. But after that we will not get any tslint file. So who are using this Angular earlier version of 12, you can get that tslint and how to check the linting TypeScript and do the linting TypeScript using tslint. I will describe in this session. Alright, so I will suggest you before going through this part 17, please visit my Angular CLI tutorial, that playlist. And this is my part 16, how to add custom rules in the ESLint. That is the next part of TSLint. In today's everyone using that ESLint config file for linting TypeScript. So in new version of Angular, so you can go through that the series of videos. You will get the one clear videos or clear idea about what are going on in the Angular CLI part. Alright, so I'll go to my presentation here. So in this session we'll describe what is a tslint config file and what are the rules inside the tsconfig file. So Angular has a linting tool that checks our TypeScript code for programmatic and stylistic errors as well as non-adherence to coding standards and conventions. Tslint.json is the configuration file for linting. This file contains all the default rules for linting our code. Alright, so what happened, I already have one Angular project, that is Angular 10. So I've just checked to ng version. You can see Angular CLI, it is the 10 version of Angular, and it is the node is 16 and npm version is installed is 8.1.2. This is the old version of Angular. So in this old version I already have opened using Visual Studio Code. So here in the project structure you will get one file called tslint.json, and it is the content of tslint.json file. So you'll get all these things, these rules as has been defined in the tslint.json, right? So what I'll do here, we already have known that how to check the linting. There is one command, that is the nglint. In the ESLint I already have defined what is nglint. The same thing we'll write here for Angular 10 also. So that is the nglint. So what happened, it will start linting the code using the tslint, not ESLint, using this tslint because it is the old version of Angular project. So after then I will click enter here. You can see here it starts linting our project, that is Angular 10. It is Satya Angular CLI. So guys, I'll tell you one thing, that is the this TSLint is deprecated in 2019 and no one used this TSLint config in Angular latest version, that is Angular 12, 13. And if you are in the old version of nglint and that the tslint config file and still you are using this Angular 10 in your real-time project, so you can migrate to ESLint for better configuration part. So I will tell you about how to migrating TSLint to ESLint in my upcoming videos. So stay tuned for my update. So guys, here we can see that we don't have any errors, that is linting errors, as we get the message that all files pass linting. If we have any error, then it will be displayed inside with some red marks, right? So I'll show you one scenario here. So I'll go to here. I will give few examples that will describe how to implement the rules and what are the rules defined inside TSLint config file and how it will work. So before that, I will go to my src folder, and inside app folder is there. I will go to app.component.ts file. Right here, I will add some um, code here. So here what I'll do, I just inside the app component class, I'll go to my, I'll already have that code, that is, it is a simple method here. So I just copy this one and I'll go here and paste here. Alright, so here I have this method name is say welcome, and there was one message is welcome, and a message is added to is concatenate with another one is Satya, and the console using I will display this message. So I am using that var keyword, so declare the variable or that or the message property. So I'll just save these changes here, right? So I'll go to my command prompt and execute this command called nglint. So it starts linting our Angular project with this new modification inside the app.component.ts file. So make sure you have to save these changes properly. So guys, here you can see that we have 4 errors, that is error is line number 11 column and free, 12.5 and 13.34 and 14.26. First one is we'll check that is type def, right? Expected call signature say welcome to have a type def. So I just want to, what I'll do here, I just ignore this error, that is type def error. So for that what I'll do, I'll go to my this config tslint.config.json file. So here I'll check the type def rule here. So type def is I you can see one, this one the rule type def one, and you can see this is the total content of TSLint config rules. Here the rule section has been defined, and all these rules has been defined here. So I'll go to that type def property, and here I will make some changes. Here you can see guys, one true is mentioned, right? That's why type def shows the error that is type def is missing. So I just want to ignore this error, so I just make here that false. I need to have mentioned here. Okay, I just want to put a comma and save these changes, and I'll go again and I will execute this command. So let's see what will happen here. So to avoid this build error, I have mentioned here that is false inside the type def rules section in the TSLint.json file. And I'll check what will happen. It will show this error or not. We'll see inside after this linting uh, script. So I'll show one thing, that is 11.3 is mentioned, right? So if you'll go here inside app.component.ts file, and it is 11 row is there and line number 11 and is 3. So it needs type def, right? So we can identify in this line number 11.3, 12.5 like this. So guys, here we can see that the type def error is removed because we have mentioned here the false inside the type def section, rules section. So there is remaining 3 errors is there, that is line number 12 is no var keyword, that is forbidden var keyword, use let or const instead. Alright, so that is the related to var keyword, that is no var keyword is there. So what I'll do here, I just ignore this error. So I'll go to in that section, I just want to add one new rule here. So inside double quotation, so no var and keyword, and mention here this is a true, right? So I will make it false because I don't want this error, so I just make it false. Alright, so after then I need to save these changes, and I'll go here, I'll again execute this command. So here false means I have disabled this rule, that is no var keyword. If you put true, then this rule will be enabled, right? So I'll check here whether it will affect this linting TypeScript or not. So I just use this command, that is ng-lint, and we'll check here. So guys, here we can see that var keyword related error is removed because I have disabled that no var keyword to false, and we have two more remaining errors, that is that line number 13 and 14 for no trailing white space. So no trailing white, it is that nothing but no hyphen trailing hyphen white space is nothing but the rule, right? So I'll go here for to my app.component.ts. So 13 number, you can see that 13 line number 13 we have that much space here. I just remove that space by putting backspace. And line number 14, so we have that much you know uh, space is there, so I just remove this space by using backspace, right? So I will save these changes, and I'll go there again. I'll execute this command, that is nglint. So here again we have see another error, that is the one is no trailing white space, that is 13. And I'll go there again. I'll need to check here that this is the 13, and yeah, so this much space is there inside 13, so I just remove that. I save these changes, and I'll go here. I'll execute this command again. So guys, here we can see we don't have any linting errors and all files pass linting. So next is I will show one thing here. I'll go to my Visual Studio Code. Here I'll try to use this variable, that is message before declare. right? So here I already have used this variable, that is message, so I just copy these two lines, and here I'll go to, yeah, I just copy this and I'll paste here. I'll see this message is, this error is showing is not. Here you can see that it is not possible, because we cannot use this variable before declare, but still it shows no error, right? So I'll check here by putting nglint whether it will show any error or not. So I'll go to my command and put nglint. And it starts linting our project. And here we can see that all files pass linting even after use this codes, replace this code from here to here, and we have declared our variable, that is the message, after using this, right? So we have tried this, use this variable before declare this variable, right? So it is not possible. So what I'll do here, I will try to use let keyword instead of var. So we'll see what will happen here. See, after changes, I have made some changes here, let, and you can get one error, right? So inside, on the bottom of that variable message, here we can see that that is a block scoped variable message used before its declaration, right? So, and message is declared here, so that means we cannot use this variable before declare. So let keyword, so variables declared with let keyword are not accessible before they are declared, but variable declared with var keyword are accessible before they declared, right? So I will go to my TSLint.json, and I just want to make it true here, right? And I will save these changes, and I already have here I have made some changes to let message welcome, and that's why it shows error after changes made in the let, and it shows error, that is the message used before its declaration, right? So it is so what I'll do, I just copy these two lines and I'll go here and I will paste here, right? And when I paste this code, and here you can see that the error is gone, right? The red mark is gone here. So I just save these changes and I'll go to my command prompt and execute this command nglint. and we will see here what are the files it shows error or not, all files pass linting. We'll check here. So guys, here we can see that all files pass linting and our code looks good after changes made in this declaration of variable. We put let keyword instead of var keyword. So I will show one another thing is, if you get any warning that is the some rules requires type checking, so while you use this command only nglint. So what we'll do here, if you'll get any warning that some rules requires type checking, you just mention this nglint and dash dash type hyphen check. You just mention like this. So it will, what this happen is that warning will not show anymore, that show that which one is requires the type checking, right? And it will show within some yellow mark or something like this. That is the, I'll show one example that if you'll execute on this command nglint, then some warning will be coming like the no dash use dash before dash declare rule requires type checking. So what we'll do that time, you just mention the nglint and give some space and double dash dash type hyphen check. You just mention this option there, and after then click enter, and you'll see that the warning will be removed and it will not show anymore in that execution command, right? So as of now it doesn't show any warning here, that is some rules requires type checking. So some scenarios it will come, and from one version to Angular version it will show some warning. So if you see that warning, then you can use this option, that is nglint, give some space dash dash type hyphen check. So we don't have any linting error, all files pass linting. So difference between nglint and nglint type check is nglint without the type check, we can get the warning as well as the errors message like this. If you put this type check, the rule sometimes we get the warning that is some rules requires type check, and you just mention here type check option with nglint, so that warning will be removed. Okay, so as of now we already have defined some rules and how to use these rules. That is the no var keyword rule, that is forbidden var keyword using let or const instead, and type def expected call signature, how to ignore this rule, and after using let keyword, that variable with let keyword are not accessible before they are declared, and no trailing white space, how to remove white space, and we'll get this error after removing this white space, and this errors will be removed, that is the trailing white space error. And this is the rules, right? No hyphen trailing hyphen white space, no hyphen var hyphen keyword, and type def. All right, so I'll go to my presentation here. So what is TSLint config file? So TSLint is an extensible static analysis tool that checks TypeScript code for readability, maintainability, and functionality errors. And this is the configuration file for linting. This file contains all the default rules for linting our code. So what are the rules we have defined in TSLint config file? That is the no var keyword, type def expected call signature, and no trailing white space. So this is my YouTube channel. Subscribe and share it to get the up-to-date knowledge on .NET, .NET Core, C#, SQL Server, Azure, GitHub, and Angular. So what we have learned in this video, that is what is TSLint config file and what are the rules in the TSLint config file. So for my upcoming video, I'll tell you about more about this TSLint who are using this TSLint config file. So that's all about guys for today, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.